This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka BatBomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in your standard Lightning Collection window box packaging. Turning the box around, we can see a really cool image of the figure. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside.
It's Morphin time!
And here is the Red Ranger out of the box. And man, I am super stoked to have one of my favorite Power Rangers of all time in the Lightning Collection. This piece came out really cool, and I know a lot of you out there love MMPR, and this is one figure you're just gonna have to add to your collection. But before we take a closer look at the actual figure, let's take a closer look at his accessories. So Jason does come with a good amount of accessories. Starting off, we get an unhelmeted head sculpt, a lightning effect piece, 4 interchangeable hands, a power blaster, and his power sword. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. And I love the Red Ranger, man. This is my favorite Ranger from Mighty Morphin. Sorry, not Tommy, not the Green Ranger or White Ranger. Red Ranger is my boy. You know, I love Austin St. John, which was Jason, then became Rocky, which was a cool character too. I'm so happy to have this. You guys have no clue. So this figure looks amazing. Super happy with it. And just a note, I do have a ton of Lightning Collection figures backlogged that I need to review. You know, I'm never the one to be the first one to review things, but I always try to do decent reviews for you guys, so hopefully you enjoy, even if some of them are a little late. But this guy, again, very cool, super clean. I love how this turned out. The paint looks very good on it. All the white looks really good. Everything about this came out super awesome. The diamonds on all the gloves and the boots and the chest here all came out really nice. I love the fact that the Morpher is painted so well. That looks pretty awesome too. The holster, the helmet, all that looks really good. Now, we've already seen this figure kind of before in the armored version, that what was the SDCC 2-pack with the Zeo Gold Ranger. And I love that 2-pack, and I love this armored Red Ranger, so that's really cool. So this is basically the exact same figure without the armor, without the armbands, excuse me, and then without the dragon dagger. So it's, again, if you have this figure already, you know what you're going to get here. It's pretty much the exact same thing. So both of these side by side is very cool. Now, excuse me, my throat is messing up really bad. But I'm hoping for a lot of you guys out there who couldn't get your hands on this 2-pack, that they release a armored Red Ranger in a single pack at some point. I know they're releasing the Zeo Gold, so hopefully he gets a single pack for you guys too, for those who didn't get a chance to pick him up. But this guy turned out great. I love just having the simple Red Ranger, the leader of the team in my opinion, not Tommy. This guy right here, just a very cool action figure. Alright, now let's talk his accessories here. So the first one we get is his blaster, which is really cool. I love that thing. Came out very nice. Sculpt, I can never get my hands. I have such big fat fingers that holding little accessories is a little tricky for me, so I apologize. But that looks really good. You know, the sculpt looks great. Got some white paint on there. Of course, it could be more like the SH Figure Arts, but I don't expect that, you know, for Hasbro. But this still looks really good, and it holsters in his holster just like that. Now, I've had some people say, like, why doesn't it come in its stick mode or its holstered mode the way this one did? Because this one actually comes with it in its holster mode like that to actually be holstered. So I'm not really sure why they're not including that, since they have that mold. with these regular Ranger figures instead of just giving it us in blaster form like that. So I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure that's just a cost saving thing, but I don't think it would be that much more expensive, especially since they already have the mold. So I don't know what that's about. The other accessories we do get interchangeable hands. So we got a close-fisted hand, gripping hands, and then we get an extra gripping hand for the left side like that, and an extra close-fisted hand for the right side. We also do get an interchangeable head, that being the Jason head like that, and that looks really good. You know, that's the exact same head we saw again with that SDCC 2-pack, so we've seen it before. It's not perfect, you know, none of these face sculpts are perfect, but they still look fairly good and decent enough for what we're paying, so I actually really dig it quite a bit. And these, you can just unpeg them like so, and a little ball peg like that, and take this on there. And I noticed this unmasked head is very tight getting on there, but it does work, you know, and I think that works out pretty good. One thing I will say, you know, some of these characters tended to cross over from a different actor and things like that, so I wonder if they'll end up releasing him with a Rocky head at some point, maybe as some type of exclusive, or we'll just like get the Zeo Blue Ranger, which is coming out fairly soon in an upcoming wave. We could just take that Rocky head, if they give us one hopefully, and put it on this. If we want to have that Mighty Morphin Rocky, that would be a cool option. So hopefully, you know, we can do something like that. I think that would be really nice. We'll pop that head back on right there. Okay, his other accessory is his power sword. And again, we've seen this with that SEC 2-pack, and I love this. This looks fantastic. The sculpt is so well done. I love how they actually etched in the lines on the actual blade. That looks really good. And the gold paint is so fantastic. They did such a great job with that. Then you can actually get this in either of his gripping hands. You can get it on there, and he holds it very, very well. Now the last accessory is his a little electricity, lightning, you know, effect piece. I love the fact that all these characters from the Power Ranger line are coming with effects. That is super awesome to me. I love it and appreciate it so freaking much. And you can kind of just like weave this through different areas of this lightning effect like that, and put it through like there, and you can kind of just get it in a way to look like it's almost like wrapping around the sword, so do something like that. So that's pretty cool. I love how you could have that option of doing stuff like that. I love that so much. Again, I'm a big fan of these effect pieces, so all his accessories are actually really, really good. Alright, so now let's run down his articulation. So the head is on a ball joint, rolls around a bit. You're mostly going to get left and right, up about that far, down about that much, and a little bit of head wobbling, not a whole ton. Arms can go full 360, up and out that far. And I noticed with this guy, man, his shoulder joints are very tight, and they almost click. So I don't know if that's just mine or that's a thing, but they go about that far. We do get a butterfly joint in there, which I love. Rotation at the bicep, double jointed elbows, rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. We get a ball peg in the midsection, rolls around like so, left and right, pivot side to side, and crunch back and forth. And we do get an ab crunch right there, just above the belt. So it crunches forward about that far and back about that much, so that's pretty good. We got hip joints that kick forward that far, back not so much, splits about that far, rotation in the upper thigh, double jointed knees that go about that far, rotation at the boot, ankles will go up, down that far, and a very, very good ankle rocker. So articulation is great. I love this figure, giant fan of this line. My goal is to literally review every figure in this line, and this is one that I know a lot of us older fans of Power Rangers are going to want, Mighty Morphin, and this is the guy you got to get. Especially, again, he's the leader, not Tommy, and I'm just throwing that out there, man. I'm a big advocate of this guy right here. So overall, I think he's incredible and definitely a must-get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and NECA Batman figures. And for your Red Ranger comparison, here he is standing next to a SH Figuarts and Legacy Collection Red Rangers. And for even more comparison, here he is standing next to the SDCC 2019 Armored Red Ranger. And just for fun, here he is standing next to a little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys. my review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. Now overall, I am super stoked to finally add the leader of the team to my shelf. I am a giant fan of Jason. He is my all-time favorite Power Ranger, and I am super stoked to add this piece to the collection. Like I've said in many videos before, the Lightning Collection is fantastic and Hasbro is doing an amazing job with the license, and this figure in my opinion is definite proof. I cannot wait to create the whole Mighty Morphin team, and again, if you love Mighty Morphin like I do, and if you just love badass action figures, then I think this piece is definitely a must-get and you will absolutely love him for your collections. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.
The world is very lucky to have you, and so am I. May the power protect you, always.